Good morning, boys and girls. For this little mini lesson, we're going to be learning about three-dimensional shapes. And I know in your previous classes, you guys have been working on learning about two-dimensional shapes, such as squares and rectangles. Can anybody else give me another two-dimensional shape you guys have learned about? Right, triangles and circles. Good. Those are great examples of two-dimensional shapes. But today, we're going to be learning about three-dimensional shapes. And three-dimensional shapes are like two-dimensional shapes that come to life. Their dimensions are thick. And I have examples I'm going to show you. So, I'm going to show you a cube first. Does anybody know what two-dimensional shape is similar to a cube? Yeah, squares. So let me show you some examples. I have a cube that is used in everyday household items. So can anybody tell me about this tissue box? Right, it's a cube, exactly. It's a cube that has a bunch of squares around it. It has them right here, and they're all the same size. They're all the same size, a cube, all equal sizes of each side. And they have this corner and edges where they all meet, where all the sides of a cube meet. Now, I'm also going to show you guys another three-dimensional object, and this three-dimensional object is similar to a circle. Can anybody tell me what two-dimensional object what three-dimensional object I might be showing you next? I'll give you a hint. It starts with a C. Cylinder, right, a cylinder. But cylinders are quite hard to find, I thought, in my household. Can anybody tell me where they might find a cylinder in their house? Yes, oh my goodness, such a good idea. A candle, that's actually exactly what I have to show you. A candle. So you see how it's round around the edges. The top is a circle, the bottom is a circle, and it's round around the edges. It's like if you took two circles and stretched it out. That makes a cylinder. Is there any other examples of a cylinder we could find? Oh, a mug. Right. Yes, a mug would be a great one. Let's see. Oh, I have one kind of right here, minus the handle. So if we think about this being our mug, it's our circular round circle at the top. We have the circle at the bottom. It's our cylinder. Good job. So, let me ask you guys this. Between these two objects, what is the difference? I mean, they're both three-dimensional objects, but what's the difference between this cube and this cylinder? Right. The cylinder is rounded. It has rounded edges. So if I laid it down and I gave it a push, it would roll right off, right? It would just keep going because it has rounded edges. Now this cube, if I set this down and I gave it a push, does it roll? No. And why is that? What are these? We just mentioned it. Right, edges, because of its edges. And it's flat. It's not like a cylinder. A cylinder is rounded. And a cube is flat. It's square. Three-dimensional cube cylinder. Now, I have one more three-dimensional object I want to show you. It's similar to a cube, but it has a bunch of rectangles in it. Now, it's a book. My favorite book, to say the least. And it has rectangles. Can you find them? Right. So there's a rectangle here. Let's count. Let's see how many sides a three-dimensional rectangle would have, or cube. They'd have the same amount of sides. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sides to a three-dimensional rectangle. Okay? So good. You guys seem like you are experts at three-dimensional shapes. So I want you to do something for me tonight. This is going to be your homework. Whenever you go home, I want you to find 3 household objects. I want you to find one household object that's a cube and one household object that is a cylinder. And then for your last one, I want you to find an object that isn't quite a cylinder and isn't quite a cube. And I want you to figure out what shape it is. What three-dimensional shape is it? And then we're going to share tomorrow. So you can bring in your objects if they're small enough, and we're going to share what you found, what your expertise in three-dimensional shapes were. And especially, I want to see that tricky one that you guys found. I hope you have a lot of fun tonight doing your little scavenger hunt around the house. I'm going to do it as well so we can all share in the classroom. All right, boys and girls, you have fun being those scavengers. I'll see you tomorrow.